Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome back again to my YouTube channel. So today I will read the article Everyday Life in the Soviet Union, the Shopping Runaround. By the way, my name is Bunga Tiara Hernavelani Putri. I'm from PBI C. Let's get started. Everyday Life in the Soviet Union, the Shopping Runaround. The author, Hedrick Smith, was head of the New York Times office in Moscow from 1971 to 1974. The following passage is adapted from Mr. Smith's book, The Russian, which was published in 1976 by Quadrangle or the New York Times Book Company. I had heard about consumer shortage before going to Moscow, but only when we began to shop there did the Russian consumers' problems really have meaning for me. Customers the world overweight in lines, but Soviet lines have a special quality all their own. Typically, the Soviet woman spends 2 hours a day in line, 7 days a week. Personally, I have known of people who stood in line 90 minutes to buy 4 pineapples and 3.5 hours to buy 3 large heads of cabbage. Only to find the cabbage were gone as they approached the front of the line. Lines can run from a few yards to nearly a mile. Some friends of ours watched a line of people in Moscow signing up to buy rugs. The line lasted 2 days and nights and ran for across Old Road and apartment development. In spite of all of this, the natural reaction of a Russian woman when she sees a line forming is to get it in it immediately, even before she knows what is being sold. However, Soviet lines are more fluid than they appear. In most stores, for example, shoppers must stand in not one but 3 lines for any purchase. The first to select a purchase and find out its price, the second to pay a cashier somewhere else in the store and get a receipt, and the third to go pick up the purchase and turn in the receipt. But in dairy store one morning, I found out that the game is both simpler and more complex than that. I went in to buy some cheese, butter, and bologna sausage, which were in the 3 separate departments, each with its own line, 9 lines. Rather quietly, though, I noticed that expressions shoppers were skipping the first stage. They knew what most items chose, so they went directly to the cashier for their receipts. After studying price, I did that too. Then I went to the cheese line, the longest probably 20 people to get the worst over with first. I was in line less than a minute when the woman in front of me asked me to hold her plate. She darted off to the butter and milk line. The cheese line was moving so slowly that she got her butter and milk and returned before we had advanced 3 feet. I decided to take the risks too, and I got back with my butter while the cheese line was still inching along. Then it suddenly occurred to me that all over the store, people were getting into a line, holding plates, laying, returning. Everyone was using the cheese line as home base. That was why it was barely moving. It kept expanding in the middle, so I got the man behind me to hold my place, and I went off to buy my bologna. Once again, it's worth it. It took me 22 minutes to buy butter, sausage, and cheese, but instead of being forced, I felt as if I had beaten the system. This competitive shopping gives an atmosphere of tension to Russian life. People burst into stores and bump into each other with face set in combative expression. "You have to understand," said a kind gray-eyed hired person. that for as long as we can remember, shopping has been a struggle, life is a struggle. There is hardly any effective advertising to help shoppers. Americans complain about the constant commercial in the United States, but they might reconsider if they were exposed to the consumer boycott in Russia. A typical Soviet ad might be if you want to live to a rip old age and be beautiful, motor stroke, and truthful, drink tea, must new papers publish without ads. The shopper has no handy yellow page or daily newspaper, supermarket, or department store ads to help her decide where to shop. Burberry is with a spread low paid 80 to 20 monthly sales. Clicker take a portion of attractive items and sell them separately to regular customers who have either left a brief in advance or can be counted on to pay a high price on delivery. 10 to 15 rubles on a 60 ruble raincoat is standard in 1976. The ruble was equivalent to 132. So common is this practice that the Soviet press is always complaining about it, but it doesn't do any good. Crocodile, the Soviet Hammer magazine, once showed a department store employee promoting some newly arrived item. Their customer in the leather goods department, 1500 important women's purses have been reserved. 450 of them have been bought by store employees. 49 are under the counter and have been ordered in advance for friends. One purse is in the display window. We invite you to visit the leather department to buy this purse. I think that's all. Thank you for watching. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. See you again, guys. Bye bye.